Hey guys, what's up? Back with another video. This time I'm going to do my Impact Wrestling 2020 Slammiversary pay-per-view review. So let's get this underway, shall we? This is the first show that suffered from the pandemic. Due to the pandemic, even though we were in a pandemic, the crowd was very electrified on this night. I just needed to get that in there. All night long, the crowd was awesome. There was no one there. That's the joke. Sorry, guys. Let's get on with this, shall we? We kicked off the show with the Rascals. The Rascals had an open challenge, and that was accepted by the returning Motor City Machine Guns, which was very awesome. Very awesome to see the Motor City Machine Guns back. I actually expected, I remember when this event happened back in 2020, I actually expected the Good Brothers to accept it because they had signed with Impact like the night before. So I expected the Good Brothers to accept the open challenge, but they didn't. But I was pleasantly surprised when the Motor City Machine Guns accepted it. And yeah, what a solid opener this was. Very great start to Slammiversary with the Rascals and the Motor City Machine Guns. They went out there and had a banger, and it was really good stuff. And the Motor City Machine Guns picked up the win, and we move on. Good stuff right there. Good start. As I try to catch my breath because that was a lot of words. Next match, we had the Moose. We had Moose taking on Tommy Dreamer for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. This is the self-proclaimed TNA World Champion Moose versus Tommy Dreamer in an old school rules, which basically means anything goes. This was okay. It was an okay match. I felt like we could have done more with Moose on this pay-per-view rather than him facing Tommy Dreamer. Nothing against Tommy Dreamer, it's just that it's 2020. It was 2020 at this point, and you know, Tommy Dreamer, I don't see Tommy Dreamer as a threat to anybody, you know what I mean? Like, I see Tommy Dreamer as that guy who's like, you know, like that guy who can help make young stars look good in other matches, but I don't see him look like, you know, he shouldn't be challenging for titles, no matter if they're real titles or fake titles, you know what I mean? So anyway, yeah, Moose got the win here, which is what was to be expected. It was the right result, and yeah, we move on. It was a fine match, but you know, as I said, I just can't take Tommy Dreamer seriously as a title threat to anybody, especially Moose. And felt like we could have done more with Moose. So yeah, good win for Moose, but felt like we could have done more with him. Anyway, next match we have the number one contenders knockout gauntlet match. This was another fine match. There was a lot of comedy spots in it involving Johnny Bravo and Ty Valkyrie and Rosemary, where Johnny Bravo dressed up as them. And yeah, there was some funny spots. Katie Forbes was in the match. That's the second time in 2 days I've seen her, and I wish I could forget all about it because there's a lot of twerking going on, and oh, God almighty. Oh, Jesus. Anyway, this match was won by Kaylee Ray, who came out at number 2 here, and Tasha Steele started the match, and Kaylee Ray ended up winning, beating Taya Valkyrie at the end. So yeah, it was alright, it was okay, but I didn't really care too much about some of the participants in the match. It was what it was. Then we had, after that, the former Heath Slater, now known as just Heath. He made his debut. He basically said that he was going to challenge for the Impact World Championship. He got interrupted by Rohit Raju. Rohit Raju basically said, "You're not getting a title shot before me," so Heath laid him out. So make of that whatever you will. I thought it was an okay segment. I thought it was okay. An okay debut. It was what it was. Next match, we had the X Division Championship on the line as Willie Mack defended the X Division Championship against Chris Bay. This is pretty solid stuff right here. Really good stuff right here. Like this match, really good X Division match, and Chris Bay got the win. So a very short title reign for Willie Mack, but oh well, you know, it is what it is. And there again, if I'm not mistaken, Chris Bay doesn't have a long title reign. So for what it was a very solid X Division Championship match, and I really enjoyed it. Really fun stuff. Next match, we had the North of Josh Alexander and Jesus Christ, let me try that again. We had the North of Josh Alexander and Ethan Page taking on the team of Sami Callihan and Ken Shamrock. This was another solid tag team matchup. Really solid stuff. Really enjoyed it for most part. Got a bit clumsy towards the end with Ken Shamrock. I don't know if he got gassed or something, or if he got his bell rung. But he looked kind of clumsy towards the end, and him and Callahan had a miscommunication which led to their downfall, and the North was able to retain the tag team titles. Pretty solid stuff apart from the clumsy ending, but it was alright matchup. And then afterwards, the North was celebrating their title reign, the fact that they've had the titles for over a year, and they were interrupted by the Motor City Machine Guns, which set up their match on Impact, which the Motor City Machine Guns would win. Spoiler alert. Next match, we had Jordynne Grace taking on Deonna Purrazzo for the Knockout Championship. This is my match of the night. Very solid stuff, really solid, really great technical wrestling right here, especially, where Deonna Purrazzo working on the arm of Jordynne Grace. Very solid stuff. And Deonna Purrazzo was able to get the win, making Jordynne Grace tap out, and very unescapable submission where she grabs both of the arms and pulled them backwards. And Jordynne Grace had to basically had to verbally submit, because she couldn't submit. She could have done a Fulton and headbutted the mat like submitted like Fulton did. Hard to kill. But that's just me being funny. Me being silly a bit. Anyway, that was a good match. I really enjoyed that match, and probably my match of the night. Very solid stuff from these two women, and they really brought it, and it was really good stuff. Anyway, that brings us on to the main event. We have the main event. We have Ace Austin taking on Trey Miguel, taking on Eddie Edwards, taking on the returning Rich Swann and the returning Eric Young. This was pretty fun stuff. It was for the vacated heavyweight championship where Tessa Blanchard, who was the world champion, she got stuck in Mexico because of the pandemic, and her contract was up anyway. So she relinquished the world heavyweight championship, and it was supposed to be Michael Elgin, Tessa Blanchard, and Eddie Edwards, I think, and Ace Austin, and maybe in a multi-person match at Slammiversary. Then Elgin got released because of speaking out movement, and then Tessa got released because of her contract came to an end. So it ended up being these participants right here, and Rich Swann and Eric Young returned. Pretty cool stuff. And this match was pretty good. Pretty solid main event. I really liked the main event. A lot of stuff was either set up or continued throughout, storyline wise. Eric Young getting eliminated by Rich Swann, and then Eric Young attacking Rich Swann, which set up their feud later in the year. Eddie Edwards and Ace Austin continuing their rivalry, with Eddie Edwards finally being able to pin Ace Austin after months and months of Ace Austin playing mind games with Eddie Edwards and trying to steal his wife. We also had Trey Miguel in the match. His hatred for Ace Austin caused him to be eliminated when he tried to save Ace Austin so he could eliminate him. And Trey ended up getting caught by the power driver by Eric Young. So very fun stuff. Eddie Edwards would win the match. It came down to him and Ace Austin, and Eddie Edwards won the match. Pretty decent stuff. Really liked it. And then after the match, so Eddie Edwards became the two-time World Heavyweight Champion. After the match, the Ace Austin and Madman Fulton were sore losers. Tried to attack Eddie Edwards, but the Good Brothers made the save and basically cleared house. And the Good Brothers and Eddie Edwards drank beers together to celebrate the end of the show. And as we were going off the air, EC3 kind of debuted. Returned, and he kind of had a little bit of a small promo where he basically, not talking promo, but he kind of just looked at the camera and then kind of threw a glass at the wall, kind of solidifying his return with his Control Your Narrative, which didn't last that long in Impact. So there you go, guys. So anyway, great show, really good show. There's only a couple of small things I didn't like, like Tommy Dreamer facing Moose. I thought we could have done more with Moose on this event rather than having him face Tommy Dreamer. They got Knockout Scotland. I was kind of like, it was okay. So I'm going to give this the show a 7 out of 10. Pretty decent show considering it was in front of no fans. So pretty decent show. And yeah, there you go. Anyway, that's it. Going to be it for now, guys. Hope you. Let me just show you the artwork while I'm at it. There's the artwork of all 5 guys in the match. There's the spine, Slammiversary 2020. There's the back with all the matches. And we have the lovely, lovely disc for all you disc lovers out there. There you go. There's pretty cool stuff. So there you go. There you go, guys. There's my review of Slammiversary 2020. Hope you liked it. Give me a like if I deserve it. If you liked it, leave me a like. Jesus Christ. How many times have I done this over the years? If you liked it, leave a thumb. Give me a thumbs up. Comment below. Tell me what you think of the pay-per-view and tell me what you think of the review. And I'll see you again next time. My next review will be Bound for Glory 2020 to complete the year of 2020 for Impact Wrestling. And then we can move on to 2022. So until then, I'll see you again next time. And I'm out.